two guys that see Avatar and completely miss the point
Yeah.
of the whole thing.
Yo, that chick was hot as fuck.
Dude, I'll fuck a blue bitch, bro.
Blue bitch giving blue balls.
James Cameron's like, that's not why I made this.
Exactly. Las Vegas, Trevor Wallace says, I'm coming back, dude. January 6th. That's a big day for some people. Not for me. It's a big day. Las Vegas, January 6th at the Mirage, Friday, 10 p.m. Tickets are moving and grooving. If we sell this bitch out, we're one step closer to a residency. Go to trevorwallacecomedy.com. That's the only tour date I need to promote. I love you all. Thank you for coming to the shows on the East Coast. trevorwallacecomedy.com. Blockcomedy.com.
Blockcomedy.com. I will be coming to San Diego January 5th through the 7th, dude. I'll be coming to Raleigh, North Carolina, January 13th to the 15th. Jacksonville, Florida, January 26th to the 28th. West Palm Beach, Florida, February 9th. Tampa, Florida, February 10th to the 12th. Virginia Beach, Virginia, February 17th to the 18th. Miami, Florida, so many freaking Florida dates. March 2nd, here we go, another Florida date. Orlando, Florida, March 3rd to the 4th. And guys, let me tell you something. There's so many more freaking dates on my gosh darn website. I'm not going to say all of them, but go get tickets because they're all freaking selling. So go get tickets right now at blackcomedy.com. That is blackcomedy.com.
We're in?
We're in.
Beautiful. Urine.
Human urine.
Human urine. Nick Swardson is here. Sorry we're running late. We know you're an important guy, and
That's
we
okay.
value that.
Yep.
Here's the thing. You were ish on time. I was so goddamn late.
You were psychotically late.
And why were you late? You were meditating with your cock.
Yep.
We did it.
Jerking off.
You're
made
trying to suck your own dick while driving again?
Yeah.
Trying to suck your own dick
Every
while
time
driving
he
again.
sees how
so
far
many
he
deaths
can,
a year.
you see how far he can push the seat forward. Never gets it close enough.
Yep.
But
I'm
it is
getting
good.
better. I'm getting better.
You are getting better.
That is true. I read about that in Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah. If you look around noon on the 405, you can see him trying to suck himself off.
Yeah.
Do you think you can do that if you work hard enough to do it? Like realistically.
In all honesty, I thought this was a Christian show, so I might have to leave.
It is. Yeah.
I might
yeah,
have to leave.
Oh, yeah.
What were you asking?
Is it flexibility or a mindset or both? Do you think you can
It's not a mindset.
It could be.
What the fuck?
But I feel like you
So
need...
the Dalai Lama's just filled with cum. Is that what you're saying? He just goes into another eyeball and then fucking zaps himself?
I think he could come on command just with his brain.
I mean,
I think he could
valid
have a wet
question.
dream while dry. Think about that.
That's like some Joe Rogan shit. I don't know how many universes Joe's come in at this point, but I think he's broken the record. I think he beat Carrot Top.
Definitely. Did you see that? There was a photo Carrot Top posted a while ago where his dick was out on Instagram. Did you happen to see that?
No, but I've seen his penis before.
I hadn't until Instagram.
How is it? I haven't seen it.
He's got a huge penis. That's why he beat,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's big.
He's not shy to be like, hey, just
That's
I have a
in
huge
his prop
penis.
box. It's just his cock. Like, and this next joke is a giant dick.
You know what's odd?
Yeah, and it's orange, which is gross.
It
Yeah,
looks like
it's got like a
real
stem on it. It's really hard to look at.
Gives you great vitamin C though. Good
Is it
eyesight.
true
A lot
when
of
you-
vitamin C-U-M.
There it is.
Oh,
We'll be right
cum
back.
joke, guys. Now we're on the fucking podcast.
Yeah, this is a Christian podcast, so if we could keep it on that, that'd be great.
Wheels are fucking off, man.
Wheels are turning.
I was just telling you, I was asking about his New Year's plans. And for comedians, New Year's Eve is a very high-paying gig. But it also comes with the albatross of having to do it on New Year's.
You
And
gotta
everyone's
be their
bonkers
moment.
amateur hour. So the last New Year's Eve gig I did, this is 15, 20 years ago. 15, 18 years ago. The only credit I had was like Premium Blend and like Malibu's Most Wanted, I think.
Oh, that's
Those are
the
two-
only credit.
But those are two big
Malibu's
credits,
Most
though.
Wanted, the only one.
In that time, that's a pretty
but
big credit.
So here's who was on the show.
Okay.
These are all friends of
What
mine,
city is
and they're
this,
all.
by the
This
way?
is San Francisco.
Okay.
At the Palace of Fine Arts.
Okay.
Oh, I was
These
great
are
theater. I
all
was
good
there.
friends of mine. So opening act was Daniel Tosh,
Damn.
then
Great.
Todd Barry,
Oh my god.
then Arj Barker, and then me. I'm closing.
Uh-huh.
So we're all doing 20 minutes, and I'm closing right before midnight.
Oh,
So these
no.
are all good friends of mine. I'm like, hey, you guys, fucking don't go over your time.
Don't run your time.
Don't run your fucking like, 'cause that's gonna fuck me.
Yeah, and all these guys
Right.
are so funny. Like
Yeah. So this
yeah.
before Daniel had. I'm trying to think of what credits he had. He goes on first. Fucking murders.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
And nobody really knew who he was. So it was even like more where they're like, who is that guy?
Yeah, yeah.
So he destroys the room. Nobody could follow him.
Oh shit.
Literally.
Damn.
So Todd goes on, he does fine, you know what I mean? But everybody's running the light, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you guys. And then Arj, I'm like, dude, come on. He goes on, and everyone's just trying to get the crowd full on.
Got it.
So everyone's running the light. So they come up to me and they're like, hey Nick, can you do like 10 minutes? And I go, fucking 10?
10
And they're like, yeah,
then-
we gotta do the countdown. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I go out, eat shit, and they're touting me as like the big headliner.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, he's in fucking Malibu's was on Comedy Central. Nick Swardson.
Your credits were longer than your set.
Yeah, and so exactly. So then I do my set, eat hot shit, try to get him back. I get him back right at the 10-minute mark.
Oh,
and then they're like, all right, Nick,
4th and goal.
And I was like, oh my God, that was the worst set ever.
That's what I'm saying about the New Year's gig is like either you bomb or you crush. You still have to be the guy that's like, who's ready for festivities?
Yeah. Everyone's ready to lose their mind, but they're all in blackouts.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Yeah, the last New Year's Eve gig I did, I was in this comedy club in Times Square. People paid an exorbitant amount of money to be like the tickets were already high. The scalpers or the barkers, whatever, on the street were double selling them, like double marking them up because they would take. So say the $100.
They were promising everybody.
Oh, dude, they were. Let's say
Like Aristotle will be on this shit.
Yeah, they were like, this is $100. Let's say the tickets are $100. They were selling it for $200.
Yeah.
So they were already paying so much goddamn money to be in the show. They were, and exactly, you're right. They were promising Chris Rock.
Well, they also
Jerry
pissed that they're doing
Seinfeld.
that, and it's not, they're not going to broad.
Yeah,
you guys like Abe Lincoln?
The guy who
Jack.
shot him.
Yeah, JFK.
Both of them coming together doing improv.
Rogan's third nut will be here.
Oh my God.
But dude, they promise anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that people like try to get Broadway tickets, couldn't get that.
Yeah.
Then they're already pissed off. Then the scalper's like, you want to da-da-da? Here you go. And they're like, all right, fine,
Yeah.
we'll do this. And then
So after like 2 comics, they all fucking realize
lot
that
of
Chris
blue ball,
Rock is not
yeah.
going to be there.
Uh-huh.
They are flipping the fuck out. I'm going last, very similar, but you got off when they were doing the countdown. I had to do the countdown.
Right.
So people are fucking furious. You ever been in a room of 30 people when no one's counting down? I was like, fuck! And everyone's fucking pissed because they were like, there was people like yelling at the manager because Chris Rock. It was such a shit show. Everyone was wasted.
You still had to do it and then do your set?
No, I did my set and then 3, 2, 1. Everyone ate cocks. Everyone was so mad.
It's funny.
That was the last time I was like, I can't compete with New Year's Eve.
I've never done it again, and that was 18 years ago.
Yeah. It's just not fun.
It's funny if you have to do it, then do your set. Everyone's hammered, they're making out with their wife, and you're like, so my rabbit died the other day. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, can I bring this up? We're talking about stand-up, and I'm so fucking fascinated about this lore of you, and I really need to know if this is true. So when you got your half hour, which was massive at the time, Comedy Central half hour, did you just record your set into like a tape recorder? So so normally in the half hour you have to submit to Comedy Central, but it's a tape of you doing stand up.
Yeah.
Can you fill us in?
So,
Thank you.
I was really young. I was 22 years old at the time.
Okay.
And I had done Premium Blend for them, and they were just doing half hours, and I was really young, and they didn't want to give me a half hour because I was too young. And so this guy, Chris Young, he used to work at Comedy Central, who was like saving grace. He was awesome. And he was like, no, fucking Nick Swardson, give him a half hour, trust me. And they're like, okay, well, can we see a tape of it? So I'm really new, and it's hard to get a half hour tape. Like I was, I couldn't just go into the clubs and be like, hey, can I do a half hour?
Yeah.
Because there was a time, I had to get it in quickly. So I was at Jamie Kennedy's house. We were writing Malibu's Most Wanted. And I had a tape recorder, and I just read my set into the fucking tape recorder.
Did you pause?
No crowd. I would go, this will get a
and then I came.
Break. And
Oh, you were saying it in there?
Yeah, I would go, this will get an applause break. This will kill. This might get a standing ovation. I was just having fun with it. But I just read my jokes in a fucking tape recorder.
But I think that's
and then
cool.
I sent the cassette tape, mailed it in, and then I got it.
I think that's an awesome story because oftentimes so many people are so nervous and tense, but like, this isn't the right hour. I got to reshoot this. It's not tight. But you're just going to be like, take it or leave it. This is funny. And it's different. It's unique.
Yeah, it was crazy. And in the same respect, when I was writing Malibu's Most Wanted, I wrote it longhand in a spiral notebook. So the first like 50 pages I had handwritten, and I was faxing them.
It's like ranch stains on
it. Yeah, faxing it in from New York to LA on notebook paper.
Was it even in like screenwriting format?
Kind of,
sort
yeah.
of. Okay.
I mean, I kind of knew like just the basics of it, but I mean, yeah, it was still handwritten on a fucking notebook.
God, dude, the funniest.
Those are the
Awesome.
90s.
Dude, the funniest part about that the
awesome.
recording story, I absolutely love that little nugget where you're like, this is gonna crush standing ovation. They're
Well, I
gonna
think
throw
if
candy in
you,
the
if you
stage.
didn't
It's
do
so
that, it would be
fucking-
awkward.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
you
I
just
had to
left
make
the
fun of
blanks.
what I was doing because it was so absurd. It was so absurd.
Did you bring yourself out on stage? And now Nick Swardson. And then you're like,
Yeah.
welcome.
I should have done, and then keep going like applause break.
And then after the
I was
show,
like-
you're like, no, like, leave me alone. I gotta go to my dressing room. Ladies, too much.
So and
Just
then
keep role playing the whole scenario.
yeah, and then another part of that story is, were you around for Comedy Central half hours or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you do one?
Mm-mm.
So
No.
you taped 2 specials a night. So Daryl Hammond, who was on Saturday Night Live
Yeah.
for over a decade, so he was doing the early show and I was doing the late show. So I'm like sitting on, I'm a fan of Daryl's. He was on SNL and shit. And so he's running his set. We're doing a dry run through, no crowd, just technical for camera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing a set and I'm sitting there because I'm going on next. So I'm just in the theater watching him and he's doing jokes. And for some reason, I don't know why I thought this was funny, but I go, boo, boo. And he just looks at me in the crowd and he goes, wow, man, real cool. Real cool. And I was like, I was joking. I just didn't know what to do. And he's like, maybe don't do that. And I'm like, that's a valid point.
And how old were you at this point?
22.
Did you know him or no?
No. I just thought he would get that I'm the other comedian just making a joke,
Yeah.
but he just didn't.
Yeah, he's also like just an absolute legend, and then some 22-year-old kid that he doesn't know.
Oh, so pissed.
What a dumb butt. So dumb.
What'd you say after the show? Were you just like, hey,
Nothing.
man.
I just avoided him.
You're like, leave that cut in there.
Yeah. Play that.
Hello, today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks.
Sure
Dude,
is.
I'm going to tell you what, man. Tonight, I'm taking Steph Curry to score more than 25.5 points. Paul George scored less than 20 points, and Justin Jefferson has scored more than 0.5 touchdowns, dude. Everyone's like, hey, man, what's Prize Picks? I'll freaking tell you, okay? It's the best way to play daily fantasy. You just pick 2 to 5 players, and if they go score more or less than their Prize Pick projection, you win up to 10x your money on any entry, dude. No competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available. Super, super simple. Prize Picks offers projections on any sport that you watch, dude. This includes NFL, NBA, NLB, NHL, PGA, college. Freaking football entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It's that easy, dude.
I mean, that's very quick. I like it because you're just going up against the app, the sports.
Yeah, you're
Not
going
your
against...
friends, stupid. So download the Prize Picks app or go to prizepicks.com to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. We all know sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100.
Whoa.
So if you put in 100, it'll match you at 100. You deposit 50, it'll
Somebody
give you
guess?
50. Yeah.
50.
Yeah. So, dude, look, you're good at math and you're good with investments. So don't forget to enter promo code SOCKS at sign up for an instant deposit match up to $100. Promo code SOCKS.
How did the taping go?
It went awesome. It was fucking nuts. And that's how I met Adam Sandler. So when
Jesus
they
Christ.
replayed that special all the time, but years, later, Sandler was in bed with his wife and that special was on. And I did jokes about my grandma. And then he wrote my name down and went to the office at Happy Madison. And he was like, does anybody know who the fuck this dude is? I just saw him on Comedy Central.
That's
And the
fucking
younger
awesome.
people in the crowd, Goosen, who worked at
Yeah,
Happy
we're just
Madison,
talking about,
he got Nick Goosen, who directed Grandma's Way. He goes, yeah, that's Nick Swardson. He's like, new comic. And he goes, I want to meet that fucking dude. So he called my manager and I went in and met him. I thought the thing was a joke. My manager told me, I'm like, what? And I sat down with him and he goes, I love your grandma jokes. I have a movie called Grandma's Boy. Will you rewrite the whole movie and you can be in it? Just write yourself in it.
What is going on?
Fuck.
Yeah, it was insane.
I feel like this type of shit doesn't happen as much anymore. Does it? Or
I-
maybe
no,
we're just...
I don't think
that's
so.
so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. But I mean, it does happen like in similar ways.
I mean, yeah, the modern day
I've seen
version.
people, I brought people on the road that I've seen on Instagram and shit.
I was just going to say the modern day
Okay,
version.
yeah.
I remember when I saw you commented on it. I was actually in Minnesota doing the Mall of America House of Comedy.
Right.
2 tall ceilings. Great room.
2 tall ceilings.
But I remember I posted a photo from there and then you commented something like, hey man, it's super funny. I was like, dude, is this like a real account?
Yeah.
Is he verified? I was like, and I was just Because like, I mean, this is so sick. And I saw that. And that is the modern day version where it's like, you see a thing on Instagram, you leave a comment. Now that's the vouch, that's the cosign. And you're like, where do we go from here?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I mean, I've seen.
Well, now I feel not so good, but yeah.
Well, no, but I do.
I'm fucking with you.
To people that I think
are
I think are funny. Like, I want new comics to be supported,
of course,
and I want comedy to be great. You know what I mean? So, like, when I first saw your, the White Claw video, that went viral huge, I thought it was hilarious.
Thank
and then
you.
when you did the Subaru one,
yes,
that really made me laugh. And I think that's when I DM'd you.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, really, really funny.
Fuck yeah.
And so I do that a lot. And so when I was, over the last decade or so, I would bring Zach Galifinakis open for me before he was anything. Dan Mintz, who's on Bob's Burgers. BJ
So
Novak from The Office.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them and I'm like, do you want to open for me? And they would come and do gigs with me. And I would just always see people. I'm like, hey, do you want to do a show? There's people on Last Comic Standing that didn't do anything. My friend David Huntsberger.
Yeah.
I saw him on Last Comic Standing and I DM'd him on MySpace. And I go, dude, you're hilarious. Do you want to road work?
Yeah.
Because, like when you're a new comic, the best thing you can do is get an opening gig, for a major headliner. And that's what happened with me with Jay Moore, Janine Garofalo, David Cross, Anthony Clark. I toured with them for a decade, and it helped me immensely to be in front of hot crowds, sold out shows. Because especially in LA, you see people just dying a hot death at open mics that are really funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you gotta
polish
this isn't what
it
comedy
and
is.
try it around the States and figure out what that blend is.
Yeah. So there was I was doing a gig in North Dakota at college, North Dakota State University. And I fly into the Twin Cities, Minnesota, where I'm from. And I go to the open mic.
Yeah.
And I go to the owner of the club, Acme Comedy Company, which is the best club in the country. And I go, hey, is there somebody new and funny? I need an opener in North Dakota.
Oh, wow.
So this kid's really funny. He doesn't do stand-up anymore. It makes me mad. But he was really funny. And I saw a set and I go, hey, man, I'll give you $500. You want to do a couple minutes in North Dakota? Me and my friends will drive up. I'll pay for all the food. And he's like, sure. So we get to the room and it's 4,000 people sold out.
Oh, shit.
And the look on his face was like, and he goes, how many people are out there? And for me, I was like, oh, no, like 4,000.
Counting with a calculator.
It's like 4,000. And he goes, are you fucking kidding me? And I go, no. I go, what's the biggest crowd you've done? He goes, you know the open mic where you saw me? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, that was it.
No.
It's like 40 people.
He's never done, so at that moment, he never did a real show?
No. So
did he do any after that show or he shit himself and he's like, I hate comedy?
I know. So I go, dude, don't panic. Do exactly what you did. Treat 4,000 people like it's an open mic. I go, you're funny. Just do your shit. Yeah. Trust me. And he went out and he fucking killed.
Did he?
Oh, it's great.
And he came out and he had the biggest smile on his face. I'm like, dude, I told you it's not that, you know what I mean? Just be yourself. Do your shit. And he killed.
I can't even imagine that feeling. The feeling
it was so funny.
Like doing 30 people at most and then doing 4,000. And then that moment you hit the first laugh and you go, oh, I can do this. Nick was right. And you
it locks you in. Then you're back in. But all the way leading up to it is like terrifying. Then you're in and then you forget about it.
Yeah, that's why I'd bring people out on the road because I'm like, no. You, like what you're doing is like LA open mics in New York. I mean, so Zach Galifianakis is one of my best friends. And we lived together in New York.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he moved out to LA first. And then I took over his apartment. And I would go to gigs with him. He would bomb so hard, so bad. So we would go to clubs. And this is like before his piano or anything. He would have notes. But he was still brilliant. But he would go up and the crowd just wouldn't get him. So one time he's on stage at Stand Up New York. And this is 1997, 98.
Oh, so this is the one that looked like a robot.
What does?
The club? Do you remember? Because have you
you
seen
okay?
the new one? No, I'm late, man.
You're
I
not
feel
doing
like shit.
well.
No, I know.
Zach's on stage and he's bombing so bad. And he takes his cell. I'm in the back of the room laughing, the only one. Calls my cell phone as he's on stage. And he goes, hey. And I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? I go, hey. And he goes, this crowd is fucking horrible. He goes, I fucking hate these people. I hate all of them, every single one. This is the end of the microphone.
It's great.
And I'm like, I go, yeah, this crowd sucks, asshole. He goes, let's eat. Where do you want to eat after this? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you want to go back down the east side? And he's like, yeah. And this is all on stage. Well, the audience is like,
was it crushing? I think as an audience member, I'd love
they
that.
were like, they were kind of laughing, but they were like, Like when you tell an audience they suck, they feel bad.
Of course.
But they did suck. But we just kept talking about where we were going to eat. And he just goes, yeah, let's go to the diner on 2nd. Okay. Good night, you guys. And it just leaves.
And they're just standing ovation.
No, they were like,
They met you at the diner. Give me my fucking money back.
Goddamn. Bitch, I ain't lactose, but I do like the micro dose. What's up, dude? I'm microdosing gummies. That's all I'm saying. You probably heard about microdosing,
You have?
right?
I
And
have.
if not, just know all sorts of people are microdosing daily to feel healthier and perform better. Our show today is sponsored by Microdose Gummies. Microdose Gummies deliver a perfect entry-level dosage of THC that helps you feel just the right amount of good. Ooh.
Yeah, dude, they really do taste great. And every freaking time I do it, I feel amazing. Dude, I use them to help get into the freaking zone when I'm doing creative work, writing, getting on stage at night. You know, it helped me wind down, chill out.
Goo goo gaga, go to sleep. Microdose is available nationwide.
Whoa.
Dude, it's the easiest website. All right, to learn more about microdosing THC, go to microdose.com and just use promo code SOCKS to get free shipping and 30% off first order.
That's all.
Promo code SOCKS, free shipping, 30% off. I mean, literally, Microdose a better deal than that. You can't.
Can't. Links can be found in the show description. But again, that is microdose.com and code SOCKS, dude. 30% off and free shipping. Go do it.
Goddamn.
Well, I was telling him, he was on the Edmonton one that we did, the outside one.
Oh.
He was Friday headline.
Yeah.
Right? And that I was just trying to gauge like how when you're in a like an arena, you just blank out. You're
outside stand-up is tricky because the laughs just kind of go away if there's nothing contained.
One place was Supernova in town during the pandemic.
I love Supernova.
That place made me feel like outside was the future of comedy. And then I did Edmonton and I'm yelling at 5,000 people. There's funnel cakes in my sight. And I'm like, is this the future?
Yeah.
But it was still fun, but
Well,
you
dude,
just have to scale it back.
It was also like at 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah. You
Like-
ever got heckled by the sun, dude? Just fucking
it
going
was-
down on me?
Yeah, it was.
Fucking heckles by the sun.
Dude, it
Heckled
was.
by the sun. It's going to be the name of my special I put out on
That's the name of my
CISO.
album. So we
Heckled by the
gotta
Sun?
figure. Yeah, we got to figure that
Fuck.
out.
Well, my manager's here, so legality. We'll just my people will hit up your people. We'll do all that type of
Okay,
stuff.
I'll do Fingered by the Moon.
I
Better.
think
I
that
think
one
it's
might
better.
be out there.
Oh, okay.
I think that one might. Shania
Is that-
Twain.
Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
Carrot Top's brother's celery dick.
Fuck.
Celery dick. Carrot Top's he takes a lot of my shit, man. But
Fuck, dude.
yeah, it floats away the sound. But opening for bands, we were talking about that earlier, is really tricky. I don't know if anybody out there has seen a comedian open for a band.
That's
but
what I was wondering because these people are drunk. They're on a fuck ton of Molly and ketamine, and they're just
Yeah.
like,
And they're not even ready for
we just want to see
comedy.
Dead
Yeah.
Mouse, and you're like, you know what's crazy?
opening for Dead Mouse. I wasn't even talking about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I have a ton of friends in bands, and they're always like, dude, you know, it'd be rad if you fucking open up. And I'm like, you know, it'd be rad. It would be rad for you. But I opened for, I'm friends with Cypress Hill, Be Real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of
And
course.
he talked to me about opening for them on Halloween at House of Blues.
and that's a crowd who's on
And
a
I
lot of
was
the
like,
weed.
dude, I'd be so honored. I love Cypress Hill and I love Be Real, but I don't smoke weed. So I was like, dude, that could just go horribly wrong
Right.
because I'm in Grandma's Boy. I'm one of the stars of Grandma's Boy. So everybody thinks I smoke weed anyway.
Yes.
But if I'm
Yeah.
opening for Cypress at House of Blues on Halloween,
Yeah.
there's
Just
going to be
fake be
joints.
high.
Anytime I do a music festival, joints on stage all the
Of
time.
course.
So it gave me anxiety.
Do you do it or no?
No, I had to cancel anyway, but I was hesitant, even though I couldn't do it. Like I was like, that would have, because I told Be Real, I'm like, if I fucking smoked a blunt, I haven't smoked weed in 20 years. If I ripped a blunt, I'm emergency room immediately.
Yeah.
Like
On
it's
stage, though.
oh
That'd
my
be
God.
sick.
It would be horrifying.
Yeah, but I do think with weed crowds, if you're sober, they know. But if you're high, there's this weird like airdrop mentality where it's like you can say high thoughts to them and they're like, I fuck with that.
Yeah, you could go in the spirit world.
Exactly.
Drinking is different. Like I stopped drinking on stage. It's pretty rare if I do.
Yeah.
But when I was starting out, and like my first album was called Party.
Yeah.
So I already set my own bar for
Right.
Yeah.
like no pun intended, but
Yeah.
so I would go to shows and people would send up drinks and I'm like, no,
course.
I'm not taking a strange drink, you know?
Yeah.
But so this guy one time put a huge shot of Jack Daniels on stage.
Oh shit.
And he goes, and he points at it and I'm like,
There's
dude.
nothing you do because the crowd's like, drink it.
So this is what I did. So I go, dude, I'm not drinking right now. Cause sometimes I'll go like through like hard like sober stints where I don't go bonk. So I'm like, dude, I can't do the shot. So they're like, boo.
Yeah, isn't
Fucking
that
pussy,
crazy?
blah, blah, blah.
Jesus.
And this is like 10 minutes into my show. So I go, you know what? I'll do the shot. But when I do it, you can't get your money back. The show's over. I'm not doing the show because I don't want to do this. But I'll do it for you. So either I do it and the show's over, or I don't do it and we do another hour. And the crowd is like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
They make the other guy take the
Yeah.
shot.
So I was like, here, buddy, take it. And he
Yeah.
walked. He's like, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, no, it's fine.
Of course, dude. The
But I
peer
was just
pressure
like-
is insane.
Yeah.
Like the when the waitress starts walking down, they just hand it to you. It's like, what world is this? Do this. I
Yeah,
don't
at
wanna
your
do
job.
this. Yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
a blowjob
Didn't
shot
someone
too.
hang
Nobody walks up in a courtroom
Well, the
like,
same
Your
thing-
Honor.
He's doing 25 to life. Let's send it off. But it's the same thing that you were saying. You had the album was Party. The White Claw video did such great things for me
Oh,
view wise. But like, I'd be on the street and somebody's like, "Chug this White Claw with me."
Oh yeah.
Slam it.
I didn't even think of that.
You're at O'Hare Airport. Chug this shit.
It's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, but that's the same
I didn't
thing.
even think of that. Yeah, it's
So how-
exactly the same thing.
Exactly. So, however people perceive that video, they're like, "That's how he is always." So they're coming up to me. They're sending White Claws to the stage.
Yeah.
And I don't like to drink before shows. I mean, after it's fine, but like, I take one shot and I'm like slightly altered.
Yeah, the equilibrium's a little weird.
A little bit weird. Yeah. I'd rather just be, put a 5-hour energy in my ass and just go from there, boof a little bit of that vitamin
Right.
B, I like just to be like riding with caffeine.
Yeah,
But
you
with
want a
that-
monster enema, dude. Just fucking
Exactly.
just
yeah.
fire hose it and then fucking
course, dude.
20 hours
Yeah.
on
exactly.
stage.
Exactly. I want to see numbers in my eyesight, So when
You want a Minority Report like Tom Cruise, like
exactly, yeah.
switching
I want
shit around.
yarn and a wall to connect shit for no
Exactly.
reason. But when the second I like take a shot, it like slows it down just that much. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
But it's the pressure of the crowd. Like, take it, pussy. And
Dude,
you're like,
I've done shows trashed.
what's the most drunk you've ever been on stage?
Oh my god. I mean, my tolerance is so psychotic. If I'm
Yeah.
drinking heavily, I mean, I can.
Are you on the booze right now?
I'm gonna start tonight.
Okay.
I haven't drank for a couple weeks, but
to
I'm gonna
celebrate
drink
doing
for
the Six
holidays.
Socks podcast?
I'm gonna celebrate the podcast.
Live before
I got
Loco
some
for you right
socks.
now.
I got some socks, dude. I'm ready,
Yeah.
dude. No, there was one show. There was one time I went up at the Improv. That
Mm-hmm.
this doesn't count, but I was at the Improv bar and I was completely trashed. And they're like, "Hey, somebody cancel. What do you jump on?" And I go, "Fucking no." I go, "I'm wasted." And they're like,
Right.
"Who cares? You're Nick Swardson. No one's gonna be surprised." I'm like,
Jesus
"Thanks,
Christ.
Jesus." So I go, "No, I'm trashed." They're like, "Okay." They leave. They come back. They're like, "Somebody else dropped out." And then we have two people.
Christ.
And I go, "I'm fucking."
The crowd is
wasted."
chanting your name.
So they're like, "Please, you're doing us a huge solid." So for some reason, I'm like, "Okay." So I go up. I barely walk on stage.
Oh, fuck.
I grab the mic and I'm like, "Hey," and then I tell a joke, and then I tell the same joke again.
No.
Yeah.
I was just going
And
to
then
say.
I go, "I'm in a blackout. Why the fuck am I here?" And I just drop the mic, and then I got a standing ovation.
That's
And I
great.
walk off the stage because I was like, and then I yelled at the club. So I was like, "What are you doing?" I said I was trash.
Oh, dude, everybody in that crowd will remember that moment forever. Like,
But headlining wise, I usually maintain. I've never like fucked up a show on stage.
right.
But I mean, Vegas. I mean, there was one time in Vegas where I had started drinking at 10 a.m.
That'll do
and my
it.
show was at
Christ.
10 p.m.
Ooh.
And I didn't take a nap or anything.
Damn.
I powered through it. And this is the worst. So my buddy got me on this drinking game.
yeah.
And I can't say what the game is, but you can't drink with your right hand. So if somebody's a member of this club, if you drink with your right hand, they can say this word.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
a card if you're in the club. They can say this word and you have to chug whatever you're drinking.
Oh,
if
if it's in
they
your right
catch you
hand?
with your right hand.
Yeah.
So when I'm around my friends that I know are in the club, you have to drink with your left. So I'm on stage, Vegas. I walk out.
Oh, that's
I pour a
good.
triple vodka.
Oh.
Triple vodka, like a whole
Fat
mug.
Tuesdays on stage.
Like pretty close. With a little bit of chaser or whatever. And that's supposed to last me the whole hour.
And you're
course.
already pretty drunk.
And I'm already been drinking
Yeah.
since 10 a.m.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I put the fucking walk out, put it on the stool. Just as I do it, I remember my buddy's in the
In your right
in the
hand?
club,
Oh,
and he yells it. And other
There's a
people,
certain word that cues it.
yeah, and there's other people that are involved in the club. So I posted that I was involved in it. So I set it down, and they all yell it. There's like 10 people that yell it, and I go,
But the crowd probably
Oh
just
my
thought you were
God.
excited to be there.
and my buddy
Yeah.
goes, "I'm videotaping this," and I'm like, and I chug the whole thing at the start of my show.
And you're like, I have 10 minutes of solid material before I just black out.
yeah, essentially.
And did you or
Did you
No.
finish the set?
My buddy goes, "That's one of the best shows I've ever seen you do in the history of you doing stand up." I was like, Jesus Lord.
That's a great story. Now every time you do a set, you have to bring that out.
Oh God, no, awful.
Wow.
How do you perform? One of the hardest I've ever performed in is I'm really bad in altitude. Like when you do like
I was just in Colorado
so
2
bad.
weeks ago. I had a can of air on stage.
Yeah.
And I have video of it. I take a hit of the air because I'm literally like out of breath walking upstairs to stage. And some lady in the crowd goes, if you're from Colorado, you don't need that shit. Bitch, I'm not from here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm blinking and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And that actually fucked me up. That Denver, same thing. Like I'm a physical comedy guy because I'm not funny, as we say.
That's not true.
I'm kidding. But so, I'm 3 minutes in. I'm like, how are we doing? We're good at this, that. All right. And you're like legit winded.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And
people don't realize, like people that live in those places, it's like
used to it.
Tahoe, Aspen. I mean, anywhere in
Yes.
Colorado. It's so gnarly. Like you have to drink so much water.
Literally.
So the last time I did Denver, I went from, this is how fucking dumb I am. I've done this 27 years. I still don't learn. I went from Key West, day of show. So that's sea level. And I go through Dallas and then I go to Denver. I'm throwing up on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
I land in Denver. I have 2 sold out shows that night. So I have an hour and a half before to the first show. And I'm vomiting, like projectile vomiting, trying to chug water. It was
It's
so
just not staying
horrible.
down, I'd imagine.
No, nothing.
And these aren't like small shows. Like these are
It
like
was
fucking
6 sold out
theater-
at the Comedy
Yeah.
Works, which is a great club.
Oh, it's the best club.
Yeah, that's definitely top 3 in the country. But yeah, it was fucking horrible. And the last time I'm doing Aspen, I've got all these 2023 dates. So I'm at Real Nick Swardson on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll have put the
go.
dates up.
Okay, cool. All the dates will be up there. But I'm doing Aspen and Colorado Springs coming up. And I'm like trying to block out like 4 days of just water before. Because I do not want to fucking do that again.
No, you got to train for
Are you
it.
gonna just fly in early just to get used to it?
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do.
yeah.
I'm going to fly to
Couple
Denver
push-ups.
early, then a couple days, and then drive up to Aspen. Have you done Aspen yet?
Someone was just telling me about.
Do the belly up. It's great.
That's what somebody was just telling me
Yeah,
about.
it's
That. I
phenomenal.
just did shows in Fort Collins, and
Yeah, Fort Collins is great too.
yeah, and they were like, "Dude, you got to go to Aspen, this and that." And they
Boulder.
said, belly up. "Boulder, I just did. Yeah, I did Boulder and Fort Collins."
Did you do Estes Park yet? Stanley Hotel
No,
or The Shining? That's where the outside of The Shining Hotel is.
Ooh,
It's
I
pretty
did
rad.
not.
Colorado's
No, I did
great.
2 spots out there, super fun. But everyone's like, "You got to go to Aspen." I've just never been to Aspen in general.
Yeah, it's a different.
I feel like you need like a
planet.
chinchilla coat or like a mink or
Yeah,
something.
you
Is
need
it?
a
It's
fucking-
very upper echelon, right?
Yeah, they have fur toilet seats and shit. It's
Oh, it's
weird.
sounds
beautiful.
nice, though.
I pee
Yeah.
on those actually. I think it's
Yeah.
better. Yeah,
And then wear it.
fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Why didn't you think about that? Because I know a few people that shot their specials in Denver, and it's like, that's a bold move to just be sea level and then just
Yeah.
special.
I mean, if I was doing, I would fly in for sure a week early if I was
Yeah.
doing something like that.
do P90X
But that's a
in the hotel
great-
room.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
Get
But
used to it.
yeah, but that's a great comedy town. It's a great comedy state.
Colorado is a great comedy state, yeah.
Wait,
Is it time for sock talk? No, it's time for cock talk because Blue Chew, my cock can talk. That's not a legal statement.
What's that?
That's my cock.
Exactly.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but who gives a fuck about them? It's Blue Chew time, bitch. But in a chewable tablet and at a fraction of the cost. They ship it to your door. You don't got to go to CVS and talk to an elderly man about your dick not working. Then he's like, yeah, mine doesn't work either. Then you have this weird 30-minute conversation with this guy named Seymour about cock's not working. You don't need to do that. Dude, they ship it straight to you. And you're like, well, I don't have trouble getting hard.
I don't have
Say
trouble
it.
getting hard, dude.
Okay.
I don't.
Can't relate.
Huh?
Can't relate.
I can't?
I take Blue Chew. But dude, it's at round 2. It
Round
gets at
2.
round 2.
Dude, that's what and everyone's like, oh, my cock, I'm 22 years old. My cock is fucking hard as the goddamn adamantium. That's fine. But let me tell you something. When you get the semen out, and then you go, some girls
round
like,
1 doesn't matter.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Round 2 matters. Then the
Yeah,
girl's like, oh my
beginner's
God,
luck.
This guy's a fucking stallion.
We've got a special deal for our listeners. You can try Blue Chew free.
How much?
Free.
Wow.
Look, happy holidays. Free.
Whoa.
When you use our promo code SOCKS at checkout, all you got to do
That's
is just
it.
pay $5 for shipping.
That's nothing, dude.
All right. UPS, pay for their package and your package. It's BlueChew.com. Promo code SOCKS to receive your first month free.
Wow.
Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast and our penis. Goddamn.
But yeah, I was like not gonna do the road in 2023, and I just added 20 dates.
Well, that's what's funny about the comedy mindset. You always come from this place where you're like, I'm just appreciative to get these gigs, and you're starting out and things start popping. And you never really lose that mentality. You're like,
Yeah.
I need to take a week off. And your manager goes, do you want to do this gig? It's 4 connecting flights, and there might be 8 people there, but it pays $50,000. You're like, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you just, and also like people, I don't know if you have this, but like people will beef with other cities. So I'll be like, hey, I'm doing Des Moines, Iowa. And then people in like Boise are like, what the fuck?
You're not doing Omaha.
And then I didn't do,
Dude, you
I
can't.
didn't do New York City. So people are like, are you fucking kidding me?
Putting out a
You're
tour poster is the most your comments will ever yell at you.
Oh my God.
You put it up.
I'm trying to do New York City, but they were like livid.
Yeah. No Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
You're like, why are you yelling at me?
But I mean, New York City, I'm doing like.
There's 2 Portlands. Yeah. It's like, I don't book this. I work with people who book on this, but what's funny is on the last tour, I posted, I was like, where do you guys want to see me? And I took a poll of all those places.
Yeah,
right?
I've done that.
And I've done that. And I did that. And I posted it. And the cities that I went out of my way to go to were the drunkest ones. And they were the most like just yelling at me. And I was like, why am I here? Leave me alone. No, it was just Cleveland.
I came here for you.
No, literally. I was like, I wanted to be here.
That's just, let me just say this. This is a disclaimer. When you come to a comedy show, and I've said this on my social media, I've said it on stage, you don't have to black out. This isn't a rock concert. It's not a rave.
Oh, dude.
You've got to be involved. You got to pay attention.
Tell that to the state of New Jersey.
Oh,
They
fucking
were
Jersey, of
blacked
course.
out, dude.
Dude,
One guy had 3 collars popped in the crowd on Sunday
That's
and
not
tried
even- that's
to
not real.
get on stage.
Isn't
And
that
his
illegal?
name was Chad. I mean, this guy is literally somebody I would make in Grand Theft Auto. Like, this is a real person.
Yeah,
out here.
totally. That's
Yeah.
somebody you would do like a video about.
100%.
Yeah.
You would
And that's
do,
why it's
you would
so
do a
funny.
hard Chad.
Because I had this bit about taking steroids in high school, and this guy goes, I took steroids in high school, and I look over 3 collars popped. I go, you popped 2, and you're like, needs 1 more. It's
Yeah.
like 7-layer fucking dip at Taco Bell, just fucking sickness. But yeah, he walks up and then just tries to get on the stage.
No.
This guy was blacked out. He sent me like
Jesus.
5 like voice memos on Instagram after and a video. Be like, where you at? I'm trying to party. What do you
Oh
mean
my
by party?
God.
Is my
Was
penis involved?
There's security? Like did
Yeah, no, they didn't let him on the stage.
Oh, jeez.
But
In
I
my head,
was-
he's on stage.
But in my head, I was like, dude, this guy's just like, he doesn't mean harm. Maybe he had 17 collars pop, but he was just a drunk kid.
Dude, what if you took up one of the collars and whipped it at you like a fucking
Boomerang?
ninja weapon?
God.
Jesus Lord.
Ralph Lauren himself kicks in the door. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool to see, but this is on a Sunday and we are blacked out and it's holiday time.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
It is, but I appreciate, but I always say this, I would prefer a crowd who's too rowdy than a crowd who's very like polite and like, this is comedy. All right.
Yeah,
Ha-ha.
I mean, I don't mind when people have fun at the show, but
Of
it's just
course.
like, don't start a fight or puke or die. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
I'm sure-
I've stopped shows, Florida, shocking. I stopped a show in Florida, in Tampa, because we thought
love
the person
Tampa.
was dead in
And
the
were
front
they?
row. No, the guy was blacked out. And he had passed out and his friends left him.
No.
Yeah, they like went to the bathroom and they just left. And we had stopped the show because we thought he was dead. Then I did Orlando once, and it was at a performance art center. Have you done performance art centers?
I haven't. Maybe. I
Okay,
did
you
Palestine.
probably have. They're called PAX.
Maybe.
So like you've probably done one.
think
I did one in Orlando, and I walk in and I look on the wall, and they've got huge murals for like The Lion King, Wicked,
The
all
Nutcracker.
these- yeah, and I
Yeah.
just go, oh no. And the person who books it goes, what do you mean? I go, this is the fucking shows you have here?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And I go, have you ever had stand-ups? And he was like, yeah, we've had like, Gaffigan or something. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Do you have
Yeah.
security? And he was like, yeah, we've got ushers. They're like old ladies that
Yeah,
work
yeah, yeah.
plays. I go, oh my God. I go,
This is
you're not
stupid.
ready for this.
Especially
And
Orlando.
he goes, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm like, no. Not only was it not fine, 2 fights,
No.
2 chicks in the balcony. We had to stop the show.
Fighting
Fight.
at a comedy show is hilarious.
3 people.
How does that
3
start?
people passed out in the bathroom. There's throw up all over the aisles and all over the bathroom.
Yeah.
And after the show, the guy was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And I go, I came to town and my agent put me at a fucking performance art center.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean-
sure you hear. What's funny is when you're on stage, a lot of times you don't hear what's going on, and you'll get off. You're like, I had a super good time. They're like, yeah, did you hear the lady in the
Yeah,
back? Like,
totally.
what happened?
Yeah.
There's a full Waffle House fight in the back. Full blown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on World Star right now. You have no idea what's going on. But yeah, a lot of times clubs will like make like kind of not backhanded compliments, but they'll be like, yeah, your people sure love to drink. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, somebody puked on the usher. You're like, do you,
Yeah.
you want the alcohol sales or not? What are we doing here?
Yeah. I mean,
There's-
it's a catch-22. Because
Right.
it's like, you sell tickets, but I mean, luckily my crowds are like older now, so I'm 46.
Yeah.
So like at least it's like not as chaotic. but it's still pretty funny.
I had a
though.
similar thing where a guy passed out in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He took too much of an edible, and I'm in the middle of this joke, and I'm not a very conceited guy, but this joke always does well, right? And I hit this one point, and it doesn't hit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I look, and people are like, medic, medic. And there's a guy, too many edibles, and he's just out. And I don't know what the fuck to do. So I'm like, all right, let's get the house lights on. You know, I've seen enough online where like, you know, shows keep going. I was like, I'm not trying to get like, you know, this is a fragile moment. I got to tiptoe around. So I'm like, let's get this guy some help and this and that. And then, you know, 20 minutes go by, they take care of him. The next day he messages me and he goes, sorry, I took too much of an edible. Do you mind if I get a video shout out or a refund?
I mean, he's asking for a free cameo?
Yeah, because he's like, I blacked out of the show. I was on too much of an edible. Like, can I get my money back or a video being like this guy fucks.
Oh my God.
Grand Rapids, Michigan, baby. But yeah, it was so awkward. And I mean, like,
that's absurd.
And I was just pissed because it was like my favorite joke on the set. So, you know, whatever. But it is weird hilarious. Because I was like, I like got off stage. I don't know what the fuck to do. They're like carrying this guy out. And then you have to go back out and be like, ugh.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah. Dating in LA is crazy.
But also like fucking an edible, that's a whole night.
Yes.
That's not a social thing to eat. I mean, some people can. I have
a
friends that can, but like I'm fucking
right. If you're a regular on the weed spectrum, great. But sometimes you're just like, I want to laugh. Oh, weed. Put two and two together. You don't think about it.
Yeah.
It's like people who take acid at Coachella and then they see their stepfather like in the sky. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. They see their dead mom DJing.
Yeah. Like, damn, Skrillex really looks hot tonight, you know? Yeah, but I think it's just one of those things where somebody's like, "Oh, well, it's a peer pressure thing." 6 people in
they just
Nissan.
think it's going to be a good idea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's also so many people who've never been to a comedy show, so they don't even know
That's
what
the
they're
other thing
expecting.
too. They don't know like how it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like go in not obliterated and don't. You know, a lot of comics don't do crowd work. You know what I mean? So it's like don't expect to be a part of the show where it's like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that.
Well, I get messages that are like, I'm in row C and I'm wearing a flannel shirt. Roast the fuck out of me. And I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
I'm just going to look for you and be like, you brawny towel, pick her up, her looking bitch. If somebody yells at me, then I'll like kind of like go into it. But
yeah, I'm not going to shit on people for no reason.
Right.
It is also weird because I'll have people DM me to be like, roast my friend. These are the things you used to roast.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just, I mean.
Or the birthdays or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten that where, especially like on Cameo.
Of course.
Where people ask me to do like egregious things. And then like a handful of times people are like, hey, me and my wife are huge fans. It's her birthday. Can you give her a shout out? And then if you're ever in like Roanoke 3-way,
yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing a 3-way in Roanoke.
Roanoke. Now that's your special title.
I don't want to be in a 3-way
Roanoke.
stop in Roanoke.
But that is popular. Hey, come on.
Help! But yeah, no, touring is fun as shit though.
Do you have any stories like that after the show? Because that is like a big thing that couples, you know, I think in concerts and music, it's like one girl's like, I want to fuck him or this or that. But like in comedy, it's more like a couple that's like, hey, Nicholas.
Yeah, I've had every kind of weird scenario.
Ooh.
It's like, I mean, I don't indulge in any of it. It's just not my MO. Like, I'm not going to fucking like go and like
I'll take a shot of Fireball with you, but I'm not going down on your family, sir. Okay. I'm staying out of this.
I'm not going to come on your family reunion. That's not in my book.
Unless your agent books it and we're talking big dollars here.
Yeah. No, I don't really have any wild stories. I mean, a lot of them just involve drinking and me just completely bonkers, like waking up. I mean, like one of the last times I did Vegas, I did a show, went out to the club, blacked out, and woke up. And my buddy's calling me and he goes, where are you? And I go, I'm at the Hard Rock. And he goes, okay, well, come over. Are you at blackjack or roulette or where are you? And I go, I'm under the guitar. And he goes, oh, wait, what do you mean? You're sitting under the guitar? And I go, no, I'm on the lawn in front of the guitar.
No.
I fell asleep under the guitar.
On the front lawn.
The front lawn of the huge guitar and the sign.
But in a drunken mind, you're like, that's a good blanket. A guitar?
Yeah, I guess so.
It'll keep me warm.
But I just have stories like that are like fucking stupid. Where I just time travel.
Is there pressure you feel like because you are this, like people know you as this like big party guy? Do you think there's like pressure in that to like indulge in their vision
there was.
of you?
That's why I was saying like when my first album came out, Party, stuff like that. Like
you gotta put like an asterisk
in my
next to it.
20s, yeah, it was a fucking nightmare because it was just a nightmare in the way of just I just drank so much all the time. So I would do shots back then. I would do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would do whatever. Like I would do colleges a lot. I would pledge frats. I would go through, I'm not joking.
It was on your rider. There has to be a Sigma Chi.
I joined a frat at Texas A&M. They had an after party for me, and they were like, "Dude, you want to fucking join our frat, be a brother?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So I did. Their like half of their initiation. One of them was chugging a bottle of Crown Royal for 10 seconds, which doesn't sound long. That's really long.
But they probably count like it's like flag football, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
I don't know, but I went to the Spirit World. That was still one of the most hungover I've ever been, and that was 20 plus years ago.
That's hilarious. You just get off stage, you're trying to rush our frat, and you're like, I guess.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it was.
I thought nobody would ask.
I'm still
me.
on the wall there somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we took like a bro picture. I had like my fraternity brothers T-shirt.
You know, you guys still tell that story to this day.
100%.
So like at an airport, and one of your thousands of movies is playing. They're like, you know, it's actually a brother in our frat. Initiated
Here's
him.
the
actually.
picture.
Yeah, they're like, Dad, shut up. No, it didn't happen.
Shut
single
up, Chad.
teardrop, single tear. I know, right?
Shut up, Chad.
It did happen. It did happen.
Yeah, I mean, so many drinking stories on the road.
I mean, that's insane, dude. So you're doing this, you're blacking out. And what age were you for Grandma's Boy?
26?
And that's obviously when things kind of really changed, or was it more Malibu's most?
It was Malibu didn't. It just got me a screenwriting credit. You know what I mean? So that was the first thing I ever wrote. I wrote the original script.
Yeah.
So then it got me that, and that was one thing. Sandler was like, "I heard you were a writer," and it wasn't until like Grandma's Boy I knew was gonna bomb. Like I knew it, even though it tested huge.
Yeah,
it tested through the roof.
So
it was
is it
like
one
fucking
of those,
nuts.
It didn't hit in the theater, but once it came out, it became a classic.
So I was like, this movie's gonna bomb because they didn't know how to market it. It was such a weird movie. Even though it was produced by Sandler, he wasn't in it.
Ooh.
So it was like I was really a nobody. Nobody really knew who we were. Jonah Hill was in it. Nobody knew Jonah.
Gotcha.
So the whole time I go, this is going to bomb. But I go, once this hits DVD, it's going to be fucking nuts. And it was. It made $5 million in the theaters, and it made over $100 million on DVD.
Damn. And were you just on like a buyout for that, or do you get residuals from that?
I get residuals, yeah. But I mean, I didn't get like bought out. But it was funny because I met, this is not that long ago. This is probably 4 years ago. And I'm with Sandler on tour. And this guy comes backstage, and Adam's like, "Hey, this is, Nick Swardson." And the guy was like, "Yeah, how are you?" And I go, "Oh, hey." And Adam goes, "Nick, this is the guy who's one of the CEOs of Blockbuster Video." And I go, "Ooh, how's that going?"
Ooh.
But
yeah,
he goes, "Your movie Grandma's Boy was one of our most stolen movies of all time." He goes, "Nobody fucking returned the movie ever." He's like, "We just kept going through Grandma's Boy."
Yeah.
Because people were just like,
ripping edible.
This isn't
and then
going
you use
anywhere.
the CD to the DVD to ash it on.
Yeah, they're like, "I gotta go see Trevor Wallace." Yeah.
God, that's so funny. I forgot that we really put a lot of trust in each other to return it.
But
and
it
we
would
never
fuck you with fees, though. They made their money back like tenfold if you didn't return
Yeah, they
it.
would crush you.
They would kill you in fees.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you try to help them? Well, did you try to help the marketing team by like, you're not doing this right?
Or you're just
Like,
20.
like with
I mean,
Grandma's
I
Boy,
was
did
so young at that point that I just thought they would figure it out.
Yeah.
And this is also right in the middle. We got fucked on the timing because it was right before Twitter and social media and like all that.
Yeah, there wasn't
stuff.
Adam Sandler couldn't be like, swipe up to watch Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, no, there was nothing like
word
that.
of mouth.
So we were right. Like we were still in newspapers.
Yeah.
So it was super weird.
And at 26, you're probably just excited to be a part of it. You're like, I don't care if this flops or bombs or just
Yeah,
great.
I was just like, game on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's funny that you said, I thought you were going to say, did you think about tracking down all those DVDs and returning them?
That's what I thought you were going to do. Like, we were trying to stop the
you were gonna say
stoners.
that.
You're just waiting at a Blockbuster. Like, Nick
Did
Swardson,
you-
you're like, please return this. I need this.
Yeah.
That
Did
is
you
funny.
hack into the mainframe and get some addresses?
That's a great thing to hear from the Blockbuster CEO.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I can't believe there's still a CEO. Is it still a thing?
I think it still exists somehow. They might be.
Yeah.
It might be one of those things where it's like
I mean,
a heavy metal band that's like huge in South Korea.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
they
I
yeah.
don't know. Blockbuster's
Right.
like massive.
They just
in, like,
opened up a
Laos.
Skechers whole store by my house. They opened it with 50% off sale. I'm like, you can't open with 50%.
Dude,
How are you bombing
Did they
out of the
really?
gate?
I
Yeah.
think Skechers are doing great though. The state shape ups or whatever.
I
think
love
those
Skechers.
crush.
I own a pair of Skechers sneakers, and then I also my roller skates on Reno 911 were Skechers.
Really?
Yeah, they were
What?
Skechers roller skates.
Because normal roller skates probably not comfortable, but the Skechers roller skates collab.
They were bomb, dude. 7 years on.
How do you feel about
101.
Heelys?
Hesitant.
Yeah,
I wanted to get them, but then when I was
no comment from Nick
heavily
Swardson on the
drinking,
Heelys.
What?
No comment from Nick Swardson on the Heelys. We don't want to start beefing.
I just went out. If you're drinking heavily, like I'm not putting fucking Heelys on my body.
But if you're just riding out a buzz and you Heely into a bar, people are stopping.
I respect it. If you're a legit Heelier,
yeah, Heelier,
dude.
Well, they had this.
respect.
Do you remember the soaps where you could grind on like a curb? It was just like plastic on the bottom. So no wheels, but you just run and you jump on a curb. It was the loneliest activity you could have. But
Oh my god, no.
Yeah. So
it was like your
Heelys,
your
but
shoes were like rails,
yes.
and
Yeah.
you just kind of.
Yeah, you just on a curb, and then women would just flock to you. It's crazy how that would happen.
Dude, I'm taking those to X Games.
yeah.
I'm gonna make some calls, and I'm gonna be the only one.
So, what point were you when Reno 911 was coming out? Because that's also like I feel
That
like,
was all the same
Yeah, it was
time.
massive.
so you just had just
You knew,
Everything hit at once, and then it was like within the span of 5 years, it was Malibu, Comedy Central presents, Grandma's Boy,
you hear that
Christ.
manager in the back? Where the
Reno.
fuck's my moment like this?
dude, and then Benchwarmers,
Yes.
which I wrote with Sandler.
Mint Mobile. That's right. It's holiday season, and the best deal on wireless can only be found at Mint. Literally, Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile, get this: buy any 3-month plan, and you'll get another 3 months for free.
Dude, and as the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, bro.
Online
Mint
only. You don't got to
Mobile-
go to fucking T-Mobile and fight a guy over a bill.
I did that.
You did.
I did, dude.
Burner phone.
Yep. Whoa, that's too close. Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM while saving tons of phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Ask me if I use Mint Mobile.
You literally have Mint Mobile.
Ask me if Mint Mobile's on this
You
phone.
literally, I can hear you now. Before I would call and I would just hear like, just like people yelling in the background.
Buddy, my
Where is
phone
it?
did not work in my apartment. I switched to Mint Mobile. Now the shit is crystal
Yeah, this
clear.
is like I felt you did ad reads on me.
Yes,
I was just in the car with you.
buddy, I was in it.
You were like, use promo code SOCKS. I'm like, I'm on that podcast.
Yes, dude. Okay,
All plans come with unlimited
Give
talk and text plus high-speed data, whatever you say. Just don't say caramel. Delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
buddy. And then for a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan
Any.
and get 3 more months free by going to mintmobile.com/socks. That is /socks. That's mintmobile.com/socks. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. Mintmobile.com/socks.
And did you just pick your head up and be like, holy shit, because when you're working that much, you're not thinking about what's really going on around you. You just pick your head up and be like, holy fuck, I'm really doing the damn thing.
Yeah, it was like pretty surreal,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of work, and that's like a misconception. Like,
Of course.
and it's really funny. It's because Sandler. I've worked with Sandler now almost 20 years.
Same, yeah.
And and so people always are like, dude, you and Adam, man, I love your movies. How high and drunk do you get when you write them? And I'm like, fucking not at all.
Yeah.
They're like, but when
Crying.
you're filming, I mean, you guys must get so high. I'm
That's
like,
real weed in grandma's boy, right?
yeah. But I'm like, no. With Sandler, a studio's giving us like $80 million.
yeah.
Like,
They're
if we
drug
show
testing
high
you every
and
morning.
drunk, I mean, yeah. They don't have to because we're not fucking idiots.
And also, so you're popping everywhere. You're doing everything. And this isn't a social media time. So there's like 37 famous dudes at this point. Like now it's like anybody's famous. Your cashier Ralph's is a star on TikTok. So,
Right.
So are you walking around and everyone's like, yo, fucking this guy. Could you walk around like that? Or was it very like, because you were everywhere at this moment, or was it kind of like intense?
I mean, no, I could. Well, the thing about LA is that nobody gives a fuck
Correct.
who you
Yeah.
are. That's the
Yeah.
great thing about LA. There's many great things about LA.
Yeah.
Everyone shits on LA. I love LA.
I love this place.
It's the best. But nobody gives a fuck. So it's like when
Right.
if I go to a fucking dye bar in Iowa, I mean, yeah, shit's gonna get
Right.
real as fuck.
yeah. But sometimes you
um,
need that for the ego boost.
Yeah, I don't have a fucking ego.
I'm young. I still do.
Yeah, we know.
I rely on my fans. for
Yeah,
it.
you need it to live, Trevor.
It's not good. It's not good. I
So
need
this
therapy.
sums up LA. I'm at this sports bar in West Hollywood, Barney's Beanery.
I've seen you there once.
Yes, I've been there.
Do you have your own seat there?
I'm pretty close.
Nice.
So I'm there. This is like a Tuesday afternoon. I'm day drinking. I'm with my friend Chris Reed, who's Kid from Kid and Play. He's one of my best friends. Hilarious. Playing pool is Justin Bieber. Having lunch behind us is Bono from U2. Keep in mind, there's maybe 2 other people in the whole bar. Nobody gives a fuck. No one's freaking out. There's no paparazzi. Just a Tuesday afternoon. Bieber, Bono, me, and Kid. It was
Now
like
that needs to be a tour.
it was like the most weird fucking thing where I'm like, any other fucking place
Right.
on Saturn, they would freak out.
Yeah.
There would be fucking aliens. Deep, deep, deep. They would fucking fly in to see that.
God, that's
LA is like, nobody gives a shit.
Bono's just so famous to me that he's not real, but he's like that level
It's
famous.
too much,
Like
yeah.
you just see him, like it's like Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm like, what are they doing right this second?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
it's if they do anything that's even normal, I'm like, that's not real. Like
yeah, no,
Bono
it's super
playing
weird.
pool, I'm like, this is a CGI.
Bieber was playing pool. Bono was eating.
Okay,
Yeah.
but even that, does Bono
No, even
eat?
that's insane. And he was there for a while too. It was really weird.
Like too long?
Yeah. I mean, like, I haven't had many panic attacks meeting people. Here's the panic attacks I have had.
I'm excited to
I
hear
love
this.
it.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, of
I
course.
fucked up a handshake meeting him. I grabbed his thumb like this
Oh,
on accident.
no.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
He told me about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a handshake you remember. You know that weird white guy when he did this to like dap
Yeah.
up
The weird white guy.
and just do a little pigs in the blanket. So where'd you meet Snoop?
At the Improv. So my buddy was working with him, and I don't know if I did a set or not, whatever. I'm at the bar, and he goes, "Hey man, Snoop's upstairs with his entourage. You want to go say hi?" And I go, "Fucking no." And he's like, "Why?" I think he's a fan of yours. And I go, this is going to give me a panic attack. Because like
Yeah.
Snoop is just like another level of human
Yeah.
that I can't process, like seeing in person. Like that'll freak me out. And he goes, "Dude, stop being a fucking pussy." He's like, "Come say hi." So I go upstairs and I'm like, and he's like, "Snoop, this is Nick Swardson. He's on Blades of Glory, Grandma's Boy." And Snoop goes, "What up, Slick Nick?" And I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And I just walked away. And then I walked to my car and just left.
Just
And my buddy calls me and he
stupid.
goes, "Dude, where did you go?" Snoop was like, "Where the fuck did Nick go?" And I'm like, I love him so much that it just was too much.
Never meet your hero.
So tell him I'm sorry, but I just tell him I love him.
Is there anybody you haven't worked with? I feel like you have just worked with everybody.
I've worked with a lot of people. It's pretty crazy. Like I forget when we're watching a movie, like me and my ex-roommate, fucking that guy, we'll watch a roommate and what? We'll watch a movie and I'm like, "Oh, I know that dude."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did a movie with him." And he's like, "What?"
Have you ever watched a movie or show you forgot you were in and be like, "Oh fuck, I was in this."
Yes.
That's
People have
hilarious.
called me and they'll be like, "Dude, we're watching that movie you're in." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Fucking whatever it is," or like a show or an episode I did. Or
Yeah, I've had
something.
that where somebody will quote something from a video and they say it to me, they'll be like, "My Miata's fucking hot." And I'm like, "Nice." And they're like, "You said that." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No.
so much of this shit is just off the dome, like not written, that you just say it one time and you forget about it.
Right.
Versus like if you're writing it out, you're like, you remember writing that line, but this is just said something randomly on camera and it stuck.
Right.
But then you're like, I didn't say that. So
Well, that's the thing about Reno 911 is that the
there's
whole
much
show was
improv, right?
improvised.
That's what I
The
love
whole
about
show.
it. It's so fucking
There was
good.
nothing written. They would just show up. I'd be like, "What are we doing?"
Because you could feel that it was fun on set, and I would
Yeah.
imagine it
Well, we
was,
were just trying to make each other laugh. That was our whole goal. Was just to crack everybody
Such a
up.
great cast.
So that's why I would say the most outrageous things.
Of course.
Diarrhea. So just trying to make.
I'm gonna
the
make
other
that a
people
ringtone
laugh.
right there.
Oh, word.
So was Terry when you got the role, or did you make that?
No,
your
I
own?
created Terry.
Really?
What?
Yeah. So
God, that's awesome.
I got roller skates, the Skechers roller skates. I got them free at a premiere. It was
Isn't
a
that
premiere
funny how
for
the-
Dickie Roberts
Yes.
with Spade, and it
Yeah,
was at
yeah.
a roller skating rink, and they gave out Skechers skates. So I had them, and then the Reno 911 people were friends of mine from New York. So they called me up, and they're like, "Hey, we have a TV show idea." It was a pilot they did for Fox that got killed, and then Comedy Central picked it up. And they're like, "It's a cop show. We need criminals to arrest.
Yeah.
So just create something." So I go, "Okay, what if I was a prostitute?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's good." I'm like, "What if I was a gay prostitute?"
So, like,
Super
better-
gay,
better?
but don't say that I'm gay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like the gayest dude. I say that I have a wife and girlfriend. And they're like, "Yeah, sure. That's funny." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I just make up whatever's going on in the streets. I'm just full of shit. And they're like, "Yeah." And then I go, "What if also, last thing, what if I'm on roller skates?" And they're like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." And then they go, "That's perfect. This show's going to get canceled right away. So just make it crazy. Like, who cares?
Oh my God.
We're not going to survive a first season at all."
Yeah.
It fucking went 7 seasons,
Of course.
7 years, and then 2 movies.
That's so funny how, like, I think I'll oftentimes get like a random prop and I'm like, I don't know when I'll need this or use this, but I'll just keep it. Instead of
Yeah.
those roller skates, you're like, dude, this fucking be perfect.
Yeah.
And you just clicks and everything.
That's funny. It's good that you do that because I've done that
I have
throughout the
so
years.
much shit.
I have a box of random shit.
Of course.
Just in case for
Just in
like a
case.
bit, like a video
Yes.
or just like anything.
Well, it's like so much ridiculous shit. It's like, I would never wear this seriously. But then you're like, oh, yeah, this American flag leather jacket will definitely come into play someday when I make
At
videos
some
about
point
Harley
it'll
Davidson.
come into play.
Exactly. But I just have like, anytime I get a PR package or any just random shit, I'm like, I don't need this. Or maybe I do. And then hold on to it.
Yeah, just have a separate box.
And
for
then it
like,
works. I had like this like cardboard dick cutout somebody got me for my birthday. And I was like, I'm not going to throw it. I'll throw it away. And I was like, no, I'm going to use this immediately. Then I did some like real estate video and that was like the fake key. And I was like,
That's
it
good.
is all just
Who got
worked
it
out.
for you? Celery Dick, Carrot Top's brother?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, he's
Said
very
from Nick.
generous.
Yeah. But yeah, those random props. So
Yeah, so there's a story in my new act right now that I close with about me scaring Jamie Kennedy.
Mhm.
And it's a real story and it involves a prop somebody had given me. It was a gag gift.
yeah.
And it was a baseball hat with a wig sewn into it. And it was like jet black long hair. And I won't reveal the bit. You got to come to a show and see it. It's fucking hilarious. It's a true story. But like that was something I just kept in my car.
Yeah.
And it came in to play in like the best way.
Yeah.
And then I have a video out right now on my Instagram. So I have a t-shirt company. It's called swartsonshirts.com.
SwartsonShirts.com.
Yeah, so look at that.
Plug it
It's a
in.
roller skate with my name and it says, what does it say? Oh, your shit's weak from Grandma's Boy.
That's great.
So I made a
That's
video
hilarious.
from a gag gift somebody gave me, which was a Jared Allen Minnesota Vikings headband with a mullet in it. And I wore that in the video, and it made the video so much better. So
So good.
keep all your props, everybody.
Exactly.
If I can leave you with anything,
That or go to
Keep all
thrift
your-
stores. Thrift stores have
So
thrift
much
stores
shit.
are great.
I think thrift stores sparked my creativity a lot. For this video I did about the Monster Energy guy, I went to a thrift store and just got all the shit there. They like, and it just like worked out. It's like they had a Fireball t-shirt there, this big old camo thing,
They
a
had
bright orange.
Fireball t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So-
great.
But like you wouldn't think to be like, what would he wear? Go on Amazon and buy it. You get inspired by just scrolling through
Yeah,
this shit.
totally.
Random coat, or like they have like some kid's varsity jacket, and that like kind of like puts the ideas in your head. So whenever I feel like I want to like create a character, I'll go to the thrift store and find the shit in there because it helps bring it complete.
Yeah, totally. That's
Really
great.
fun. Yeah,
The
it's
monster
really fun.
one's really funny.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Thanks to today's sponsor, dude, Fansly. Fansly has the adult content you crave by creators you already know and plenty that you don't. Okay? What's your taste? What is it, dude? Vanilla, non-vanilla, a weird combination? Cool
Cinnamon.
with us, dude. It's fine with us. Fansly has a whole algorithm dedicated to finding your new content and creators you're into.
Damn, the algorithm knows that I'm horny.
Yeah.
For once, that's a benefit.
Uh-huh.
Dude, Fansly allows you to discover and support a huge number of creators. Feet pics, water sports,
I'm in.
whatever you're into. Did they write this ad read knowing Michael is going to read this?
I feel like they did.
Water sports,
What's that?
an equestrian. No, it ain't. Water sports, synchronized swimming, could be hot. And you can see the feet.
Synchronized diving.
Don't know what you're into? Don't worry.
Yep.
Fansly can figure it out with their discoverability algorithm. Think TikTok, but something
Horny.
different.
What is this?
What is the promo code already? I need to hop on this. I'm fucking bricked up on a goddamn Tuesday looking for something to save at work. Fansly has content for every time of the day, but they don't know your schedule.
Buddy, that's incredible.
That's sick,
All right,
dude.
this is
You're at
this
the
is
office,
incredible.
you're scrolling that
Yeah.
safe for work stuff. Your boss is like, I'm going to go on a smoke break. You're like, guess what? I'm going to smoke.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it out. Okay.
Anyways, dude, super, super smart, very innovative, great stuff they got here. So go to fansly.com today and get a
Yep.
free extended trial using our promo code
Socks, dude.
Who knows what you'll find
Yeah.
on there? Feet pics, photos of the girl next door, Jenna, maybe feet pics from Jenna or a butt pic because I am into that.
You love it, dude. Again, that is fansly.com and promo code SOCKS. And you know what? We thank Fansly for sponsoring this freaking podcast. Goddamn.
I do have a question, and I'm not a big sports guy, so please don't yell at me. What is Skol? SKOL.
It's Scandinavian, so I'm Swedish.
Uh-huh.
And so a lot of Minnesota is very Scandinavian. So it's basically like Nordic for like cheers.
Okay. I just
So
see it
that's
everywhere,
what
and I didn't want to like
Yeah. No,
missay
it's
it.
fine. I mean, that's a
I
common
spelt
question.
it out. Yeah.
It's a common question.
Are you? Do you know Young Gravy? He's a rapper from out there in Minnesota right now, and
I don't really know him well, but I know of him.
Yeah, he just opened the Vikings game or something, or performed at the halftime or something. But he's a buddy of mine, and he's getting really big right now. And
That's great. I love
He
that.
loves Minnesota and like kind of comes out through all that. So I just didn't know if there was a
Yeah, no, I'll track him down. I mean, I know everybody from Minnesota.
yeah.
Like Atmosphere and those guys.
Atmosphere's great.
Yeah, they're
Slug,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, Sean's great. So yeah, I mean, we all know each other. It's a really tight community.
Did you know Prince?
I didn't. I met him once.
Really?
Yeah, in
He's
Vegas.
got to float. There's no way he walked.
It was pretty surreal. It was in Vegas.
Dude, he has his own store at the Minnesota airport. That's
I know.
crazy.
The store's phenomenal. And I just toured his Paisley Park, his studio. I did a VIP tour, and they just show you every in and out of him. It's like fucking amazing. It's incredible.
You met him in Vegas. Where was it? Like backstage or something? Or
No, it was at
like the Hooters Hotel.
This was at Paris Hilton, who's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
It was at her CD release party. So it was at Pier Nightclub at Caesars, and we had the whole VIP area. And me and my friends are sitting there, and this is a side story. So Paris calls me. She goes, "I'm having my CD release in Vegas. Will you come?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So she's like, "I can comp you a couple of other people." So I call a couple of my friends, and this goes across the board. I go, "Okay, you guys fucking maintain. Okay, just for the love of God, maintain. Don't get too fucked up. Don't be rude. Don't be inappropriate. Just maintain."
I give that same speech to all my friends when I buy the Uber and they're all blacked out in the back. I'm like, yes, my rating is on the line here.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, when you're a person of, you're famous, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be surrounded by dickheads.
Well, also because it reflects on you.
It reflects
if your
on you.
friend is
Exactly.
fucking around, oh, that's Nick's friend. Fucking up.
It goes back on you. So my friends, there's 3 of them.
Oh,
One
damn.
guy can't maintain. He bottoms out right away. He drinks like 10 vodka Red Bulls.
Jesus.
And he loses his mind.
Oh,
so
yeah,
one is already gone before the event. The next one gets too blacked out. He bails.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm left with one friend. I'm like, "Dude, please maintain." He's like, "Yeah, totally." So we go. We're at the VIP. We're in the table at the booth, drinking, and I'm sidetracked. I'm like looking, just crowd, just looking around, and I see my periph, my friend Matt. His shirt is off. Red flag. And Paris is singing to the crowd. So she's up on this like little stage and she's singing over everybody. He's walking towards her, trying to grab her tits.
No.
So he's walking towards her, shirtless.
He was trying to find God.
And then fucking security,
Oh, yeah.
Immediately.
drag tackle, drag
You're not
out.
making it far when your hands are out like this, ready to get handcuffed or
Yeah.
tits.
Yes, immediate. So they tackle him, drag him out, come over to me. They're like, "Is that guy with you?" I'm like, "No."
No idea who that guy
No
is.
idea who that
Put him in
fucking guy
jail,
is.
25 to life.
They're like, "Yeah, life sentence. Stone him, actually. Just throw rocks."
Yeah,
at his fucking dick."
exactly.
So I was like, "No." And so they throw him out, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, "What in the fuck?" Then Prince walks up, and I'm like, just staring at him. And he's just looking over the crowd. And I didn't want to say anything, so I just was like, stared at him. And he went into this like curtained off table.
Yeah, I feel
It
like
was all curtained off.
all of his tables.
And then
curtains.
so my friend Donnie was a performer at Beecher's Madhouse, which is a huge show. My friend Jeff Beecher's, great show. He's a little person. So Donnie's all fucked up. So Donnie's like, "Did you see Prince?" And I'm like, yeah, dude, just
you can't even say the P word too loud.
Yeah.
No, so he goes into his booth, opens the curtain, and just
Like
vanishes.
a damn Maybach.
It vanishes.
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh my God. Oh my God.
Gotta get in that curtain.
So I'm like, grab security, and I think my friend Jeff was there. He was there. And I go, "Dude, fucking Donnie went into Prince's curtain." And he's like, "What? Why would he do that?" I'm like, "I didn't know." So we grab security and we're like, "Hey, our friend stumbled into Prince's curtain." And he's like, "Okay, oh shit, I got this." And he goes in. So he's gone for like a minute. And he comes back out and he's like, "It's all good." And I go, "What's going on in there?" And he goes, "Prince is just having a blast with Donnie." And I go, "Oh, all right, good."
That's so cool.
Yeah. And then Donnie came out and it was like he went to fucking Narnia. Like he went through the
Oh,
wardrobe.
of course.
And I'm like, "Donnie, was it snowing?
You come back and light.
Did you see fawns?
Yeah.
What was in there?"
All of your questions have been answered after you talked to Prince.
Yeah, he's like, "No." He's like, "Prince is cool as shit."
He played it down. He's like, "Yeah, it was whatever. We're boys now."
Yeah, I'm like,
OP
"You didn't want to
was
fucking bring me in
Prince,
that? I'm from Minnesota. You didn't want to share that,
That's
Donnie?"
So cool.
Yeah, but that was the closest I ever got to Prince.
I don't know what it is about dudes when they drink. They're like, "I need to take my shirt off." The world needs to see this.
What is it?
average
I've done
bod.
that so many
Oh, I
fucking
have so many
times.
friends that
Jesus
like I can
Christ.
tell how drunk they are based on the amount of buttons, and I encourage it. I'll be like, "You won't fucking rip it off." I saw one of my friends, Brian, out in Davy Wayne's in Hollywood, one of my favorite bars. He has 2 buttons down. He has his hands right here, and the security guy goes, "Don't do it." And he looks at him, just rips his shirt off, and immediately gets kicked out. 5 minutes later, he's calling me. He's like, "Why did I get kicked out?"
Dude, yeah, you took your shirt
You
off.
ripped off your shirt.
Also, what is it about weddings, drunk dudes, and ties on their head?
Oh, like
That's what it's just immediately hammered.
No,
I
it's
don't
called
get-
Hambo. When you Rambo, but you get hammered, it's called Hambo. That's what I do.
It's a good look, though.
Great.
I mean,
it lets
I
people know
love
you're
weddings.
alone.
I don't understand people that hate weddings. If there's an open bar,
If
it's
I
the
gotta
best-
take a
it's the best
connecting
experience.
flight, I hate
That's
it.
where I'm at.
One flight, boom, I
Or
love you.
destination wedding. If you have to fly 20 hours to go somewhere, then it's
Right.
stupid.
Yeah,
But weddings are great, man.
They are fun
get
once you're
fucking
there.
hammered.
of course.
I got thrown out of my sister's wedding. I got fired from my sister's wedding.
Please go on.
Yeah, I mean, story, please.
She got married in Florida.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're
There's a-
asking
there's
for
a
that
First wedding.
There's a theme here,
Oh
dude.
shit! What city though?
Sanibel Island.
She's asking for Nick to get a little drunk here.
So I was in such a blackout. So the night before, this is how I meet the extended family. Everyone's in condos. I day drank with my brother, blackout. Come home. I'd taken a Sharpie from the bartender. I wrote "suck it" on my chest with an arrow pointing to my dick.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm shirtless. Somehow I found a cowboy hat. So that's what happens when you drink.
I think when you're drunk, cowboy hats find you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
God bless us all, everyone. So I stumble into the
Fucking
condo.
yee-yee.
I'm not wearing underwear. My pants are falling down. You see pubis.
Yeah.
And I literally fall into the condo. And my sister's like, oh my fucking God. She goes, this is my brother, Nick. And I'm like, sup? And they're like, oh my God. This is 20 years ago.
You just start pointing.
I was
at
like,
your,
oh my, no.
at
I
your
just,
chest.
I like,
Anybody gonna?
no. I passed out. Next day is her wedding. I forgot to bring a suit. So I'm like, do I need
Might
a
need
suit?
that.
She goes, yeah, you're a fucking usher. It's my wedding.
Yeah.
Forgot the suit. I had to borrow a suit
Where did you borrow a suit from?
from a friend, one of the groomsmen.
Just
He
had
had
an extra suit?
Yeah,
Good
thank
for
God.
him.
Yeah.
Wow, rich.
So then they're going to the wedding on a trolley. Everyone's dressed and going. I'm on a moped, shirtless again with suck it,
Still suck it?
driving the opposite way. So I'm going to the beach. So I forget the wedding's even going on. My sister's like, everyone's like, is that Nick?
Dude, you party. Like,
Dude, I party.
like I have like
Insane.
3 drinks and I like drunk text an art teacher and I'm like, I need to slow down.
No, I go
You-
bonk.
You go all the way in.
Yeah, so then they were like texting me, they're like, the fucking wedding's in an hour. And I was like, oh, and I had to double back. And then she's like, you're fired. You're not an usher anymore. Just don't throw up. So I didn't throw up, but
So you maintain.
then I
a
got
compliment.
thrown out of the reception
God.
because I got so drunk they had to physically carry me out. So wait, second wedding. Wedding number 2, she meets a guy online from Spain who lives in Minnesota. So they'd known each other a couple months. So she's like, I'm engaged. I'm like, that's stupid. You're an idiot. I go, you've only known him for 2 months. And she goes, I don't kind of
Something about a guy from Spain. He'll make you fall in love quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
no
get
way.
a question with Spain.
Oh yeah, you shake
Yeah.
his hand, you just feel baby oil.
Yeah, exactly. Good God. His genitals are tapas.
Yeah.
Filled.
So I go, when's the wedding? She goes, September 17th. I go, okay, I can't make that. She goes, what do you mean? I go, it's the Vikings-Packers game. And
It's a
she
big
goes,
one.
so? And I go to that game every year. I don't miss a Vikings-Packers game. And she goes, it's my wedding. And I go, here's the deal. The Vikings are going to win, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to go to the game, and you're going to get divorced. And she goes, fuck you. And the wedding was in Spain. So I didn't want to go to Spain.
Oh,
No.
So, I mean, I do want to go to Spain, but I was just like, the main thing was she's going to get a divorce. Anyway,
Yeah, Packers forever. This relationship, who
Vikings
knows?
forever.
Sorry. Yep. there we
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Please don't
Wow.
cut that out.
So-
Gabe, fix
Clip,
that.
clip. No,
Clip,
so
clip, clip.
they go to the wedding. I go to the game. The Vikings win. She got a divorce 2 months later.
2 months later?
2 months later, and she called me crying, and I go, nope. She goes, I knew you were gonna say that, and I go, I told you. I go, it's just dumb.
Yeah, 2 months of a man with Spain. I feel like men from
Like, come
Spain
on.
don't do marriage. They're like,
Well,
I mean,
he
they do-
fucking hated Minnesota.
They also do
Of
green
course.
card, I think, is what the
Oh,
main
he's
thing
trying
probably
to-
was. Yeah.
I don't think it was that. I don't know what happened, but it was like,
yeah. I got to do my research now on weddings. You know, it's like I look up Yelp before I go to a restaurant. Now I need to look up a wedding before I commit to it. You guys been dating for 3 months?
yeah.
I need to know a little more backstory. How much
Yeah.
love is there? Is this going to last?
And even people that still get married, it's like, fucking, did people do that still? Like,
yeah,
it's-
I've had a lot of friends
if you
get married.
can fucking pull it off, I just think that as old as I am and what I've seen,
Yeah.
I just think it should be rare to be married. It shouldn't be something that like you have to do.
Okay.
Just because it's a different world. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Half of my friends, way more than half, are second marriage or third marriage at this point.
To get married once, get divorced, and then do it again is bananas to me.
Well, what about the people that have, like Larry King's been married 8 times? Like
I
there's
thought you were
no
going to say Larry the
people-
Cable
Just
Guy.
date somebody. I don't
Or Larry
understand
the
when-
Cable King, the fucking hybrid.
Yeah, Larry the Cable King. Now that tour would sell well.
Yeah, with Celery Dick opening up. Fuck you.
I'll do a
They'll
type 5
sell
on
out
that.
fucking Nebraska, the whole state. They'll stand on a
dude.
water tower,
I
take a
love that.
green shit.
I'm there.
Fuck yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, so we have Sock Talk and Secret Sock. So Sock
Just
Talk, this
two.
is just someone that wrote in and just wanted to let you guys know this. They say, do you ever just feel like you aren't in a good place in life while you're jerking off? I call it mid-nut regret.
No, I usually block out all thoughts during
Yeah, I
the
don't really
jerk off
have-
moment.
I'm gonna say no on that.
I go, no, yep.
Yeah, I'm really.
After the fact, I'll be bummed
Oh,
out. After
yeah.
for
Course.
sure, I would say 50% of the time I'm like, why did I do that? Now I just have no energy for the day. I'm just sad.
Oh, yeah. When you're
Yeah,
rubbing
I
out and the
also-
sun's up, tough look.
I
That's why
started
he was
jerking off.
late.
I started jerking off to block out all of those thoughts.
Right.
Mm.
So
Right.
I never have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mid
yeah.
like I'm depressed. It's like I'm doing it, so I'm not.
That must be
sad.
strong, dude. If you're mid fucking watching some double D's bouncing up and you're
Yeah,
like, I
and your
gotta pay my
thoughts
car
fucking
payment,
get
and then you
through
just
that.
getting back to it.
Especially when you come on your own face.
Yeah, and you
that'll
lick it
wake you
off,
up.
dude.
Yeah.
You get it in your
When you-
eye.
yeah, you get it in your
Housekeeping's
eye.
knocking. Housekeeping? You're like, no, I need a towel.
Yeah. I need a fire hose. Fuck. Good God. Dave Attell, great comedian. See him if you can. He has a great joke. He goes, I was jerking off in my hotel room and the maid walked in. Finally. Great joke.
It's just a
He's
great
so
joke.
good,
No
dude.
meat on the bone, just pop,
God,
pop,
he's
pop.
so good.
Yeah, he's one of the best. All right, what's
Cool.
the next one?
All right, so now we have an anonymous submission. This is someone wants some advice. Anonymously, they say, I've been struggling to figure out what to get my boyfriend of a year for a Christmas gift, and I'm toying with the idea of getting us an escort. We've always talked about a threesome, but it's so hard finding the right fit out in the wild, so I think this could be a fun option. If your partners did this, what would you think?
Awesome. I
No.
love it.
I think it's a
Oh.
little early on to introduce that.
It's a little early on. That should be on your 50th wedding anniversary.
Yeah, save that for the break the glass of the fire extinguisher. Like,
Yeah,
he's about to
dude-
leave.
Yeah,
Escort. He's
exactly.
like, hey, this relationship ain't too bad. A year in, you're opening a lot of doors too early. If you wanted that,
A year in, you should be using urine.
pee on it, golden shower.
Oh,
Also, an
that's a
escort probably
t-shirt.
expensive. You guys been dating for years. Get him like a Spotify premium trial or some shit.
It depends on where you go to get a prostitute. If you go to like
Sacramento.
That's
like
a valid question.
Mexico, you can get one for under 17.
What if you go to like Pandora, where Avatar takes place? I would take a fucking blue bitch.
yeah, 100%.
Fuck with a blue bitch. Dude, that's our next viral video. We should do it. You and me together. The two guys that see Avatar and completely miss the point of the whole thing.
Yo, that chick was hot as fuck.
Dude, I'll fuck a blue bitch, bro.
Blue bitch giving blue balls? Blue ball by a blue bitch. It might have to be the title right there.
James Cameron's like, that's not why I made this.
Exactly.
Blue blood.
Exactly. I spent my life making this just for two frat guys named Chad to be like, that bitch had ass.
Both have the same name. It's
and
fucking
she had a
sick.
tail?
Yeah, but
That's
one has
sick.
2 Ds. One's Chad with 2 Ds.
yeah, both capital, double D's. Chad with
fuck
double
yeah.
D's.
But yeah, don't get an escort that soon. That's too early.
Too early.
You've got to save up for shit
Get him
like
like
that.
an OnlyFans account. You
Right.
know? Because then you're opening a door, but you're not.
Mm-hmm.
But he has options. I think escort's crazy. Also, how do you wrap an escort?
How do you wrap one?
What do you mean?
Yeah, for a
body?
gift.
Oh.
Oh, a box?
No, I'm saying like they're gonna know if there's just Christmas paper around a nice big titted lady.
What about a cake? A cake is hot
Cake's
for
fun.
a prostitute to come out of.
No,
big mess.
introduce the escort as one of your family members and then just start making out with them. And then have him be like, what the fuck is going on? And be like, this is how I roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want in this family or not? Your turn. And then Santa walks out and rips his shirt off because he's drunk.
Mm-hmm. And you suck his teats.
Yeah. And that's a Christmas miracle.
Yep, exactly.
Nick Swardson.
Guys,
Hey, guys.
Honored to have you on.
Holy
Thanks for
shit.
having me.
We'll put up your tour dates. Is there anything,
Yeah, is there anything else you wanna plug,
where
man?
you, because this will be out tomorrow. So if you got shit this weekend or coming up ASAP, or are you done for the holidays?
I'm done for the holidays. So just my Instagram at Real Nick Swardson and then swardsonshirts.com. It's got a bunch of really cool shit. So
Fuck yeah. Dude.
yeah, both of those things.
You should come out with your own rollerblades. I'm serious.
That's not a bad idea. But also, that's one of my pet peeves when people go, dude, Terry on rollerblades. I'm like, it's roller skates, man. It's fucking skates. And
Now
people are like,
you hate
just
me.
go with it. No, I will never hate you.
Oh,
When people just go with it, have you seen that movie with Jennifer
course.
Aniston? And they're like, dude, that scene with you and the goat. I'm like, it's a sheep, bro.
Damn.
It's the details, man.
Of course.
It's the details.
It's the little things, man.
But I love you guys. Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Of course, dude.
Very
Thank you
cool.
for
so
coming
much,
on.
dude.
Thank you.
And God,
That's
Yeah.
podcast.
Andy
Godspeed.
Farrig, get tested.